hiring candidates, onboarding and offboarding employees, managing external personnel, vendors, consultants, contractors, and other critical aspects of personnel security. Screening and hiring the right employees is vital for protecting your company's systems and data. It's essential to understand a candidate's background before giving them access to sensitive information. Before recruiting, the hiring manager should collaborate with HR to create a clear job description and list of responsibilities. This helps in finding the right person, and later in evaluating their performance. Additionally, determine the role's sensitivity level based on the potential damage from security violations. This classification guides the candidate's screening process, ensuring it matches the security needs of the position. As a CISSP, consider position risk designation before granting access to sensitive data. Referring to NIST 853, the process simply involves designating or determining the sensitivity and risk level associated with specific positions within the organization. Risk designation helps in establishing appropriate security controls and requirements for personnel based on their roles. If you're unsure whether the mechanism is properly set up, talk to the head of HR and discuss your concern. When bringing a new hire on board, it's crucial for a CISSP to ensure security protocols are followed and the new employee integrates smoothly into the organization's security framework. Let's go over the key areas to focus on. First, security policies and procedures. New hire to sign several agreements, including but not limited to non-disclosure agreement and non-compete agreement. NDA and NCA are very crucial administrative controls that act as deterrents. In an NDA, new hires agree to keep all confidential information private and not disclose it to unauthorized parties. In an NCA, new hires agree not to engage in competing business activities during INFs, including acceptable use policies and data protection policies. Train them on how to report security incidents, how to avoid phishing, and how to manage password. A new hire should be ready with these before they are granted any access. Next is access management. Use role-based access control, or RBAC, to assign access based on the new hire's role and responsibilities, adhering to the principle of least privilege or on a need-to-know basis, as prescribed by the policy. Set up user accounts securely with the right permissions. Secure provisioning helps reduce risks and protect organizational assets by making sure new systems and users are set up with strong security measures right from the start. For technical controls, make sure new hires receive the necessary hardware and software securely. This includes providing laptops, mobile devices, and access to applications. Install and configure endpoint security measures such as antivirus software and endpoint detection and response, or EDR, and other tools. Enforce multi-factor authentication, or MFA, to protect access to sensitive systems and data. Regarding compliance and legal requirements, ensure the onboarding process meets relevant regulations like GDPR, HIPAA, or other industry-specific standards. Hope you have noticed the double A's in HIPAA. Also, keep proper documentation of the onboarding process, including security training records and access permissions granted. Cultural integration is very important. Foster a strong security culture by encouraging new hires to be vigilant and proactive about security. Pair them with a mentor or security champion within the organization for guidance and support. Finally, regular review and updates. Gather feedback from new hires on the onboarding process to identify areas for improvement. Regularly update the onboarding process to address new threats and incorporate lessons learned from past incidents. Offboarding is the process of smoothly managing an employee's departure from a company. It involves wrapping up their work, handing over responsibilities, returning company equipment, and conducting exit interviews to gather feedback. The goal is to ensure a positive transition for both the departing employee and the organization. Offboarding procedure can vary based on whether it is a resignation or a dismissal. When an employee chooses to leave their job on their own, it's called resignation. When an employer decides to end someone's job, it's called dismissal. The term termination covers both of these situations, as well as any other way a job can end. As a CISSP, keep in mind the risk of a disgruntled employee and the reason for prompt deprovisioning in such cases. Also keep in mind that someone who resigned has the potential of violating NCA and joining a competitor. We should secure our organization from external parties such as consultants, suppliers and contractors, or other vendors, by performing thorough checks, setting strict security requirements in contracts, and enforcing access controls. They should ensure everyone follows security policies, continuously monitor activities, and conduct regular audits. They should go through evaluation and enlistment in certain cases. Principle of least privilege should always be kept in mind while provisioning them access. Clear incident response plans and proper data protection are key, along with procedures to revoke access when needed. This approach helps keep the organization safe and reduces risks. Policies and procedures for provisioning and deprovisioning should be in place to avoid lags that can increase risks.